Went from condos to Pop's house. On calls, now bus routes.
Now at 11, a community grieving over the shocking death of a young high school football star in Victorville. The teen was shot at a park just a short distance away from his home. The standout player, a straight-A student, just 14 years old. And tonight, people are reeling over his death as the search for the gunman continues. I'm David Ono. Mark Brown is off tonight. Now, Eyewitness News reporter Amy Powell is in Hesperia at the emotional vigil for this young teen.
And within your precious thoughts, there's no hiding from your love.
Hundreds of people attending a tearful candlelight vigil in Hesperia, honoring a talented young football player who was killed in a shooting that shocked those who knew and loved him.
That was like my brother, not by blood, but, by love. And, it just sucks to see him gone. I've known him since I was like 9, 10 years old. Went to a championship together, got a ring together, went to nationals together.
14-year-old Jeremy Rosales, affectionately known as Tank because of his size and strength, was a straight-A student at Oak Hills High School and a standout football player.
We would always be at practice together, doing our reps together. He was always my partner for everything.
Many of those attending the vigil got to know Tank while he trained at Team Elite Sports Academy, a program aimed at keeping kids off the streets. During his time there, he helped his team win nationals.
Tank is Tank. He earned that name because of, the things he does on the field. He's just a great kid.
Last Friday, the 14-year-old was gunned down at Mojave Vista Park, a short distance from his family's home. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department is investigating. So far, no information has been released about potential suspects.
Love you, baby.
Mourners releasing balloons into the night sky during the vigil, the 14-year-old sister expressing the family's heartache.
My brother Jeremy is our everything. It's our everything. He's number 32 on the field, but he's number 1 in our hearts forever.
2 beats, 2 glass, and ooh! Ooh!
The investigation into Jeremy Rosales' death continues. Meanwhile, those who loved him are hoping this outpouring of support from the community will help his family as they grieve this devastating loss.
Wow, man. Another sad story. It get really exhausting and emotional talking about these young boys losing their lives to gun violence. We focus on preachers getting mad at skits and people who aren't turning to God getting divorces and the divorce rate going up and men and women not getting along and the battle between straight people and the LGBTQ community, while no one is really paying attention to how often these young boys are killing each other and losing their lives. It hurts my heart. This is why I go so hard talking about these stories. No one else is, but I am. This was a 14-year-old boy who haven't even reached puberty yet, now dead. This ain't normal. It shouldn't be normal. It's tragic. These are the stories we should be talking about. A family mourning their son. And a lot of times people are like, well, I'm not paying attention to it if it don't have anything to do with my life. So you want to wait till it come knocking on your front door? These are kids. We're so wrapped up in the things in this world that, to be honest, it have nothing to do with anything dramatic. Those things happen because that's just your behavior and who you are. Your life is not being threatened. When we talking about these skits and stuff with the pastors and men and women not getting along, the battle between masculinity and femininity. We talking about all of this stuff while these young boys in the black and brown communities are dying every day to gun violence. Not by accidents, not by getting into a car crash or, dying on a football field because they got hit the wrong way or something, or overdosing. Even though the death rate is getting higher when it comes down to overdosing, still the number one cause of death when it comes down to boys under the age of 15 is gun violence. It's still number one. So I'm looking at this like, why we are not talking about this a lot more? Why? I've always been passionate about the youth, especially young boys and young boys who come from where I come from. Because I know that a lot of them don't got anyone else. A lot of them don't have pops, in their homes. Some of them don't even have like uncles and mentors and older men around them, right? So they're lost. They're raised on the internet. And when you don't have any discipline or direction as a young boy out here, that's the worst and most dangerous place you could be in, because this world don't care about you at all. No one is about to give you nothing. Once you hit 18, you're nothing to this world, especially as a black and brown young boy that is now a man. You're nothing. So if you don't have direction, if you don't have guidance, if you don't have discipline, most of the time you're going to end up dead or in jail. That's just the way it goes, man. And it hurts, man. It hurts my heart. I always say, and I'm gonna do that until it's my time to go. Every single video I see of a young boy, teenager, young man, every video I see, and I get it. There's a lot of videos I've not seen, because this is happening every day. But every video I see that come across my timeline, I'm going to react to it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to pass one up. That's why y'all see so many videos like this on my channel. I'm not passing one up because not enough people are talking about stories like this. People need to hear it and understand this is what's going on. Really sad, man. Really sad, man. My condolences go to Jeremy Rosales' family. It looked like his mother, was there at the visual, and it's just sad seeing that, man. But my condolences go to his family. And again, man, we have to do better. We have to talk about this a lot more, and we have to be there for these young boys because they need us.
I had to show 'em that I wasn't man.